Every once. Okay, let me see. We got some changes around here. Oh, there go my green man. I got a green man. Like y'all saying, boy, these dudes with these Hellcats, boy. Anyway, y'all see that box? Evidence. Anyway, oh, evidence. Okay. Shut up, Uno. And me having to holler at him, I looked over there and I see something, y'all. I see something, and I'm frightened. I'm frightened. Let me go show y'all what I'm frightened about. Show y'all what I'm frightened. Oh my God. Look at this loop. Look at the turtle. Hey, turtle. Anyway, y'all, this turtle, he circles my house. He circles my house every so often. I saw him about a week ago. So cute. Anyway, look at this loofah. Still in that little pot. Sitting over there blooming. Y'all know that loofah gonna need 40 acres and a mule. I better plant that thing. I better get it in the ground. I'm putting that loofah in the ground, y'all. I ain't got nowhere up here for that thing to climb. That thing like to climb up over my house. I can't do it. Not up here. I'm gonna do it back yonder. But anyway, sweet potato. I bought a couple of things from Gurney's. So this is my other blueberry bush. This is called kablooey. Supposedly, it outdoes every other blueberry that's supposedly on the market. I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe marketing hypes, because people will say anything to get you to buy stuff. You just have to grow it and see does it actually work. So, it's just like those infomercials. Y'all remember that stuff late at night? They get you to buy them ceramic knives and all of this stuff. And when you get it, that stuff is a glorified butter knife. It ain't worth nothing. Same thing. But this is my other blueberry. And they always say, and I've only had one blueberry this whole time. And I've been getting berries off this for 3 years. So, they always say, oh, you need 2 blueberries. Otherwise, you won't make berries. Completely and totally a lie. It's blueberries all out there. Blueberries there. Blueberries all over here. You can see how many blueberries in a cluster. Now, somebody did point out that even if you don't need it to get fruit, a lot of times when you have another one to pollinate with, you get more fruit. That I do agree with. So I think that is a more accurate statement to say. Depending on some stuff you do need to. Some stuff you can't get around it. But apparently whatever, and I don't know what variety blueberry this was. This was on Death Row. And it just said blueberry. That's all it said. But that being said, I think the more accurate statement probably needs to be when it comes to stuff. If you have more than one, you'll get better fruit production. Because I know some people always try to say, oh, well, you're not going to get no fruit. Bull, I've been getting fruit for 3 years. And I think I've had it 4. So, changes over here. People always tell me, oh, your garden is looking good. No, it's finally starting to look the way I want it to look. Now, this stuff is going to seed, and it looks a little, whatever. I still been collecting harlequin bugs, but it's been few and far in between. Let me show y'all how many I collected yesterday. So, that's the harlequin bugs I collected yesterday. That looks like a lot, but it's not that bad. Before I had a lot. Oh no, chill out. You're not gonna get no treats today. Being a bad boy. Before I was collecting way more harlequin bugs than that. Also, I'm collecting a lot more immature. They're not fully adults. That's mainly what I'm collecting, which is good. That means they're not mating. But this is what I like these beds to start looking like. Now, I'm going to just kind of go, and I'm going to Y'all holler out, class. What is it about this bed that I don't like? Y'all holler out. Put it in the comment. Pause the video, put it in the comment what I don't like about this bed. What I don't like about this bed is that you can see the ground in places. See that? I don't like that. That dead space. But don't worry, that's going to fill in because I have plants in the back, which we'll get to. I'm ready for these to be done going to seed, but you have to be patient. Y'all, I'm not buying no turnip green seeds. By the way, I wanted to take back what I said about the 7 top turnips. Y'all see they did go ahead and go to seed. I don't know what was going on with them things, but they finally went on ahead and went to seed. These are the Namia mustards. Are they mustards or turnips? No, they're turnips. These are the Namia turnips. I forget what kind of, this is something. But y'all, I'm gonna come in here and harvest. I'm gonna do a video on that too. But you can see a few harlequin bugs. I'm don't worry. So as soon as I get off of here, it's on because I see about 4 of them. And these are tatsoi down on this end. I've gotten some of the seeds off and harvested. And when I harvest these seeds, I'm gonna get all the seeds and mix them all together. I don't even care. And that way, when I sow them, I remember this was the bed with the mixture of stuff. I can just sow that mixture of stuff again. This bed is starting to look the way that I want it to look. You see how it's filling in because of those squashes and stuff. I went in and I did pull some of the I went in and I pulled some of the amaranth. I had a couple of amaranth that they was getting out of control. So I just pulled them up, laid them down. I see one right there I may end up pulling. That right there. But if the amaranth, I'm starting to grow a lot more like David the Good, where if you grow something and you don't like it, pull it up, lay it down, let it feed the other stuff. It's such a simple way to garden, and you end up inadvertently mulching your stuff and stuff like that. And these may end up shading out. Some of these are gonna start to vine and run at some point, and when they vine and run, I'm gonna guide them out that way, and I'm gonna let them run in the yard that way. Look at the roses. Aren't they pretty? Pretty. Celery going to seed once again, y'all. And this celery actually did really good, so I definitely want the seeds from that. The peas I've been really not harvesting anymore. I want to get seed, so I'm letting that go to seed. See this bed? And I know some of y'all gonna say, well, why you want it that thick down in there? Because when summertime comes and this sun, see, my sun is different than other people that's, in the deep south. I think they know. This sun down here is not to be trifled with. You can't play with this sun down here. It will burn your stuff up and it will scorch the soil until your ground is dry. It may seem like, oh, but there's more plants. Ain't it using up more water? Yeah, but it's shading the ground. So think of this like a mini forest. The forest has the trees, which has a canopy which shades the ground. And when you walk around in the woods, if you dig down, that soil is usually moist, despite it having all these huge trees that's sucking a huge amount of water. That's because the ground is shaded. Versus if you have an open pasture or open field, just like desert. That's why desert can't hold it. It doesn't have any canopy. It's exposed to the sun 24/7. Plus, it barely gets rain. These are the Anasazi beans. Look at how beautiful they're looking. See how you can't see the soil? That's what I like. But I think, I don't know if I can sneak anything. But look at here. These are Great Northern beans. That white lady done hit her along. Y'all excuse me. I clearly live in New York City. She need to come turn that off. I know she hear that. She in that building. No, she in the car. You still in your own car. Anyway, these here, once again, letting them go to seed to collect seed so I can collect seed. I don't think you should be buying seed for the same stuff year in and year out. Y'all can see the goji berry flowers. I should have Some goji berries starting to set somewhere. This mulberry, this Pakistan mulberry, for I don't know whatever reason, when we got that second little frost, it was trying to bud out. We got a second frost. That sucker, it killed it back down to the ground. But I mean, it's coming back now. But great job, because I thought I was gonna get some fruit this year. And this I want to show y'all. So this is a passion. Now see, these things don't even look like they really opening up all the way. That thing never did open up all the way. See, these things gonna fool around and get cut out of here. And all this thing keep not getting no fruit. This goji berry here, it flowers, never fruited. It never holds the fruit. I don't know what happens, but it never holds the fruit. The garlic bed, it ain't gonna be long. Y'all see this here? Scape. So I've got to cut that off. And that make sure you harvest your scapes before they get big and woody. Because once they get woody, you can't do nothing with them. These are my Tepawan. They're steadily blooming. They're almost taller than me. But you can see the little peas, and you can actually see how many peas are in here. These wheels swell up. But you see just peas, 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 peas. I had to wait on them. It took a while. This is the other set of Tepawan. Peas, 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 just peas. And you see it steadily just flowers all over. So look at Starkbrother. Look at the roly-poly walking on Starkbrother. Pitiful. But you can see just how many plants. This is 3 seed packets. I planted every last one of them. Here come the sheriff. He ain't coming for me. So then let me see. Garlic. Ain't nothing new to see there. When you let your stuff go to seed, this is why I said about keep your peas picked. I kind of been letting these go to seed, so they're dying out on me. It's probably some seed on there, but you see these? See how they starting to get mildewy and stuff? That's because they going to seed and about to die on me. Oh no, hush. I don't want to hear it this morning. Working my nerve. So down in here, we got the overwintered peppers coming along very nicely. This one even has, so those are those sweet tart peppers. So if I send anybody seeds for sweet tart peppers, just know that you can overwinter those. I overwintered them directly in my bed. I did not I didn't pull them out. I didn't do nothing. These are these spicy Jane peppers. When I put these in, they didn't have that big of a root system, so I assume that now. And then the roly-polies got up here, and it's just almost like carnage. Sometimes when there's so many of those ate up leaves, I'll pluck some of those off, because it'll kind of trick your plant into growing some new leaves. But I know it's gonna take a little while. Those roots were not that big, and it was amazing how big the plants were, but the roots weren't that big. I have no idea what they're doing to those plants at the greenhouse to get them to do that, because when my plants come out good size, the root systems are usually good size, but I don't know. But that's my little Lone Ranger rapini over there. These is my Pippin's Golden Honey, and I can see some tiny little places there where it's trying to bust out. Y'all, if I sent you seeds for Pippin's Golden Honey, know that they are a slow pepper, especially for a sweet pepper. They are so slow, but they are so delicious, so just wait on them. These, same thing. They're getting powdery mildew and all this. Just the plant weakening. See here? Didn't pick that. See, that's dead as a doornail. So if you think I'm lying when I say your peas look for a signal, they're trying to make seed. Once they make seed, they have completed their life cycle. They will die on you. But know that all plants don't do that now, because some of y'all get carried away and you think all plants do that. There are no absolutes. It's just like in life. It's very, very few absolutes. I think we talked about in the nematode video having trap. So I use my comfrey not only as to break down and feed the soil. Let me be careful about that. But I also use it as a trap to get these roly-polies on here. Y'all see them? Because they're drawing more to the roly-polies than my actual crops. So you can use your comfrey like that. Because I had some seedlings, so I took a grocery store took a grocery store bell pepper and sowed the seeds. Let me show y'all. Y'all see those roly-polies on there? I'm telling y'all, I had a bunch of, see right here, I got a pepper seedling coming up. It's a roly-poly right over here by it. Sometimes your stuff be coming up and you don't even know it's coming up because the roly-poly, see here go another. Wait, I got leaves all in the way. This is another seedling here. But I had a whole bunch of seedlings that these roly-polies just set up and ate the tops off of. See all those stems? They just set up there and ate all the tops off of them. So those seeds are, so sometimes you think your seeds is coming up and the roly-poly's sitting up eating them. Cause see over here, I don't have really no roly-polies in this bed. I put some of the same grocery store pepper seeds over here. I'm probably gonna get some bell peppers over here and not over there, cause that's full of roly-polies and it's just eating them up. I don't know if any of those are gonna make it to fruition. But that's what they did to my fennel. Roly-poly just ate my fennel down to the ground. Y'all, I got to come in and I've got to organza bag those onions. I've got to organza bag those. Y'all tell me, am I crazy? You can't tell me that ain't all the beautiful blooms on there. Same with these. Not collecting any seeds. Just gonna let those, not harvesting anymore. Just gonna let those go to seed so I can collect the seeds. Try to say that where it makes sense. Okay, let's get down here. So I've had a few new acquisitions. I can't never seem to go through a year without acquisitions. I think I talked about this loquat. Does it tell me what kind of loquat? Saxon and Sons 5G loquat. So this is a loquat from Texas. Interesting. I'm not surprised though. Raspberry. Hopefully this will put on some fruit. Y'all know a long time ago I had a gold heritage raspberry that came as a little old bit of stick. And I nursed that thing, got it big and everything. And I made a mistake. I had it in a shady spot. And I thought to myself, oh no, it needs full sun. And I put it in full sun and that sucker burnt up. Raspberry, at least not that gold heritage. This is a red raspberry. I don't know if there's any difference, but I'm gonna be honest and tell you I'm not testing fate. Home is in a part shade, part sun spot. If he keep looking this pretty, he gonna stay here, or at least in an area that gets the same amount of sunlight. This is my rustin red peach here. Y'all can see it's 3 peaches on that limb. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look like I got 9. 10, 11. Look like I got about 11 peaches on the rustin red. These are all my figs. All them, this is fig country here. I got more figs than a lawlaw. Guavas are looking really good. They come back to life, y'all. I covered them a little bit, but I did not put them up. Barbados cherry. Y'all know I lost my other 2, but hey, it is what it is. We got mushrooms in here. Look at this. See, this is what I be talking about. Miss Gail, this is your roly-poly right here. He may open up and go to walking around. They don't bite or nothing. If they bite, I wouldn't fool with them. I'd kill them on sight. I could sit up and try to kill roly-polies all day, y'all. Y'all, it's It's pointless. Blackberries, wild. Yeah, see them? Wild. They just grow wild here. If you go hungry in this state, it's cause you're stupid and don't know what to look around for. Cause blackberries everywhere in this state. I've never been anywhere where it's not any blackberry. This is my other peach tree. It's got peaches on it. I see one out there. It's not that many peaches on this tree. I think this tree will do better now that I have the Ruston Red to help pollinate. Granted, this year they did not bloom at the same time. This bloomed early and that bloomed later. Now, I don't know what that is. Sometimes when your trees are younger, they do things that they normally wouldn't do when they get older. But I did want to show y'all this. So, that's Sam Houston that Clausen World sent me. One of them cuttings. Y'all see it? Y'all see the green. So y'all see, this is the rootstock. Ain't it beautiful? I don't know what kind of peach this is. It don't really make an edible peach. It's almost like it's an ornamental peach, because the peach it make is hard and sour. But y'all see those green leaves? That's that Sam Houston. That sucker busted out leaves on both sides of that graft. So I got 6 grafts on here. I'm gonna be honest and tell you, that's probably the only one that took. This one here, where it looked like it tried to open up and then it didn't do anything. That whole stick is brown. I'm pretty sure that didn't make it. This is green, but this piece did not really have any nodes on it. I don't know if that made it or not, but y'all can't really tell it, but it's still green in there. This is still green in here, but I don't see no swelling of nothing. This ain't doing nothing. That don't look to be doing nothing. But even when it don't, just leave them. But I got traction. I got traction on that one though. So I'm happy about that. So this tree will at least be back to having some type of fruiting branch, because as I told y'all, the grafted part of the tree died, but the rootstock was so impressive, and I ain't gonna lie, I wish it made edible pretty nice peaches, but it don't. But at the end of the day, I got that tree, I got the other tree, I can still graft onto this. And if I want to leave some of these pretty red, and it stays like this the whole season, y'all. They do not go green. They stay, this is as green as they get. They get like this dark purpley. It's a beautiful peach. Like I said, I don't know what that rootstock is, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go around because I want to show y'all. See the T-post? We got fences coming, baby. Y'all see the T-post? We got fences coming. T-post, fences coming. The squirrels is fighting. Look at that pear tree. Army chickadee. Yo, I'm gonna send you plenty pear cutting, plenty. Apple too, because I got stuff in here crossing and everything. Army chickadee, yo, you say you want you some slips, and get you some slips, because I got sweet potatoes coming up in every one of these except for this one. And I got, remember those kumquat seeds I dropped? They're down in there. My persimmon tree is doing what persimmons do, which is drop a whole lot. Try to see, can I find y'all some? That's one. Here's another. You can just, they do this. They do this. But they're holding, you know, some, I'm sure they'll hold some. But it's a whole lot of them done dropped, y'all. Whole lot of them. It was persimmons. There's one. It was persimmons on almost every branch. There's one. As they get older, they'll hold more and more. There's one over there. But here's this gonna drop. Let me show you. See how it turned gray like that? See on that back side? That's how you know that sucker gonna drop. But you know, after a while you'll see it's gonna hold what it's gonna hold. Y'all, if I get 2 or 3, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I ain't gonna lie, this is a good size. That one may hold. When they get a good size, you kind of know whether they're gonna hold or not. 7, 8. I'm looking, y'all. 9. Look like I see about 9 still holding on. Hopefully the rest of those 9 will hold. If I get 9, that'll be the most I've ever gotten. Y'all, I came out here and ate some strawberries off these strawberries. Y'all see them there? Delicious. Look here. See where they've been? Persimmon in here dropping. What is this? Oh. This is ready. Come here to me. Oh, the ants done got in it. Oh, I'm so angry. It's 3 or 4 ants in there. Let me rank them off. They just on the outside, y'all. Let me rank them off. You got to reach around and rank them off. Okay. Okay, yeah, they was just on the outside. Okay. Whew, y'all. Ooh. Y'all. I know what y'all gonna say. That strawberry wasn't red. That's because these just white strawberries with them red seeds. And I throw that top down and back down there because they have a couple of seeds on there. You never know, that may germinate. If you have not had the white strawberry with them red seeds, you have not lived life. Thank you, Angela. Angela sent them, bought them some bad strawberries there, and they running like crazy. I mean, running like crazy. I think I'll be able to provide y'all some strawberries. Did I cover everything over here? I think I covered it. It's nothing really to see over here other than I did want to show y'all. I still have not done don't say nothing about my trellis. I got to get that done this weekend. But look at that. Can y'all tell I cleared out? Remember, I was showing y'all what I got from people, and you couldn't even hardly see these beds. I had 2 garlics. See how the top's looking? I pulled these yesterday. When the top started looking like that and they leaning over, pull them. Let me say this. This is elephant garlic. I'm going to plant that back. Look at here. This big old pretty scape. I'm going to get you today. You going in a pot of greens. But y'all can see I cleared. Look at all that. See how you can see? That's the property line. It's brick. It's brick all the way down through there. Cleared all that. Got that done. So it ain't like I ain't been doing nothing. I got some poison I have to take care of. I'm going to spray with some vinegar. I'm going to use the spray ball and spray with some vinegar. And then the squirrels been digging. Just pet. Ow. This is where I clipped that calamondon. Like growing with Lisa say, them things will draw blood. And she ain't lying, they will. All of this is romaine lettuce. All that there. Now this ain't, that's clover. But you see the citrus is doing fine. The longevity spinach. All that stuff. My turmeric come up in here. I still got ants in here. I'm still working to get those ants out of there without hurting my turmeric. I've got to put a bunch of pine straw and mulch and stuff, but banana. I got 3 bananas. My grapes, and I got some blackberries there. All that stuff is looking good. And it gets a little bit more morning sun now that I've cut out so much of that. But I had to get that done because that fence has got to go down. Y'all see where those bricks, that fence gonna go right down, right alongside of that. So we're back here with the mulberries, the seedlings, and all of this stuff. Dwarf everbearing mug. Ooh, honey. Come here to me. Don't you fight me. Ooh, it's sweet. It's like candy. Come here. Ooh, they may be little. But what they lack in size, they make up in flavor. I seen another one that the birds must. I bet you the birds got that sucker. I saw one down low the other day. Down low. I like my beat down low. Can y'all tell them from the hood? Yeah. But look here. We got some more on here. I'm finna pull it down. I'm finna cut these suckers way back. Make them fruit again. That's what finna happen. So, up in here, my roselle ain't gonna be long. They got to come out. This is my celosia. Uh-oh, y'all can't see nothing. Celosia, roselle. I got several different basils. This is my mullein. Red vein sorrel, peas, and ground cherry. All that kind of thing going on. Okra. I got too much okra. Okra. Tomatoes. Pigeon pea. Okra. These tomatoes here get stuffed from Baker Creek. They can get stuffed. Because it don't look like that. I brought them out in the sun thinking they was gone. They look about like how they barely have any true leaves. Y'all know how long they been in there? But anyway, the loofah. I put down half a seed. I got 3 more plants. Y'all better be careful with that loofah. That loofah, that the house for the birds. Now, there's elderberry, goji, nothing to see over there. Now here's some of my new stuff, not in this white pot. So in this clay pot that's been painted, this is a superior peach. Not peach, plum. So plum is one of the stone fruits I did not have. But yesterday, I got, by the way, Clausen, fig cuttings. So you'll look like the peach cuttings was a win. The fig cuttings were also a win. Both of those two. And I'm sure that they have roots because I turned them over accidentally the other day and I saw the glorious roots as I panicked and put them back in place. Anyway, 2 cherry trees. This is what was in the Starks Brother box, y'all saw. So this is a Bing sweet cherry, semi-dwarf. And then this is a black Tartarian sweet cherry. That one is a dwarf, supposedly, as well. I have to admit, Stark Brothers, look at how thick these trees, how thick. And if you wondering what those, I think those are uvillas. It's either uvillas or uvillas. I think that's what those are. I planted the seeds. They didn't come up. They came up in here with this. And I thought this was a melon at first, but I'm starting to believe that this is a cucumber. So I'm going to plant that. I got 2 or 3 cucumbers in yonder. But these are my, I ain't through telling y'all. And then these 3, I thought I just ordered 1, but this is an Ann yellow raspberry. Somebody said alive last night they had one of them. So I guess they welcome me to the fold or something. I don't know. Going up in here. I think my jelly plum dead, y'all. I really do. These here are cowpeas. These are those white kumquats that I'm not sure. Actually, I can tell they're gonna end up being variegated. See the green in there? Y'all. That's a genetic anomaly. Y'all, I got to take care of that and see how it pan. But I've got all this different stuff up in here. You see, I still ain't got my tomatoes out of here yet. But I've got mint cuttings and oregano and all kind of stuff from a friend of mine. These are the La Rouge peppers and my 1 Cubanelle. And then these were Dollar Tree. Once again, when you got a green cover, it makes your stuff leggy. So if you wonder why the stuff in the greenhouse is far more leggy usually than anything else, this is cotton. I don't know what come in here and ate the cotyledons like that. That don't even make sense. But I've got more cotton seeds. That's from my buddy Clark. That is a heritage cotton. So it is not white. It is brown. The cotton is brown. When you grow it, the bolls of cotton are brown. So that is not your typical cotton, which is why I'm growing it. I'm also growing cotton for historical reference. My granny, FYI, before I cut this video, my granny, when she was growing up, she had to do sharecropping to help make money. Like I said, my granny was born the year before the Depression hit, and so my granny grew up very poor, very, very poor, very poor. I remember her talking about she only had 1 dress. No, she only had two dresses. A dress that she wore every day, and her dress that she wore for Sunday. She only had two pair of shoes. A pair of shoes that were kind of older and more raggedy, for lack of a better term. And she had her Sunday pair of shoes. So, and her brothers, it's about her being the only girl. Her brothers never got new clothes. The oldest boy got the new or newish clothes, because they usually got hand-me-downs from other people, and they just handed stuff down. But because she was a girl, a lot of time it would be another girl in the neighborhood that was a little older or whatever, and she would get hand-me-downs from her. So my granny had to sharecrop as a kid to help bring in extra money for the family. All of the kids had to sharecrop, and my granny told me this. She said she actually was a pretty good cotton picker. She said she was pretty fast, because my granny was a fairly petite woman. She said she moved, and she did. My granny moved hellaciously quick. Like, if y'all wonder why I move so fast in the garden and I don't really slow down like that, and that's why when my back was bothering me, it was when I tell you the part I don't like is that I had to move slow, because my back, that pain wouldn't allow me to move. I can't do that moving slow. My mind don't move slow, and a lot of time my body don't move slow. That's why, because I grew up, I was with her so much. My great grandmother was the same way. She was not a petite woman, but she didn't move slow either. But it take my great grandmother, her parents were slaves. So at one point in time in their life, and then they got the emancipation. She said they ain't have time to move slow. You move slow, and you're gonna have some hide taken off your back. So that being said, my granny said she was a really good cotton picker. She said she got good. She was small, so she could fit between the plants real easy. She could maneuver in between the plants real easy without getting poked. Because if y'all don't know this about cotton does have thorns on it, just like okra when you hear Clemson spineless. So okra and cotton is in the same family, which I find that to be very ironic, that they use cotton to build this nation on a plant, a variant of a plant, okra, that comes from Africa. I often wonder if cotton don't come from Africa too. It may. I need to research and look and see. But it would be interesting if you built a nation not only off the backs of Africans, but off of an African plant as well. Y'all see where I'm going with that? But anyhow, you know how these people do. So I'm growing cotton as nostalgic to grow the cotton. And I want to see what it's like. I'm not going to grow a whole field of it, but I want to see how the plant grows. I want to see. For years and years, I stayed away from cotton because of the history of it. I don't know what I'm going to do with the cotton fibers itself. I have no clue. I'm going to figure it out. But I said I was going to do cotton to remember my granny and see if I got what it takes. See if I can pick cotton without killing myself. Or, just, it's really educational for me and nostalgic for me. And I would like to experience, maybe not under the same circumstances, but experience a little of the things that she experienced. Also, this cotton is a Louisiana heritage variety. My granny is from Louisiana, so that's another aspect of it as well too. Also, if you've never seen a cotton plant up close, when my friend Clark grew them last year, I walked up on them, and this heritage cotton that I'm growing, I said, those plants are absolutely gorgeous. What is that? Because it didn't have the bowls on them yet. He was like, that's cotton. And I said, oh, really now? So, yeah, y'all. I do want to mention this to anybody. I have a fair amount of that cotton seed, and the germination rate is pretty good. If anybody wants to try that cotton, I'm willing to send you a few seeds. I don't have a ton of seeds, but I got a fair amount. I got more seeds than I know what to do with. I don't know how long the viability on cotton seeds is, but if you want to give cotton a go, and like I said, you never know what you could do with it. My friend Clark that grew them, what did he do with his cotton that he harvested last year? He did like an art project or something with it. He made something out of it, something artistic out of it. He took the fibers and he did something with it. I can't remember what he did with it. I'll have to ask him again. But either way it go, even if you just pick it off and you have your own homegrown cotton balls, why didn't I think of that? Why are we being so, you won't have to buy no cotton. No cotton balls. You can use that as cotton balls. Yeah. Y'all grow y'all some cotton, all right? Till next time. See you guys later.